Alright guys, so we're back on this E46. Has been no video in 3 or 4 days. Nothing to take a video of. The weather's been rainy and nasty. Let me recap what's happening here. I think we probably have a case of, I'm not going to say general stupidity. Somebody's kept this car up. It's a really nice car, cosmetically. Somebody's tried to keep it up mechanically. They kind of fell a little bit short. They didn't get the memo on changing the transmission fluid, so it blew the transmission up. Which is where we got this thing for very cheap. And this is where we're at with it. The bolts that hold the bell housing, the transmission to the engine. I got them all out. The very top passenger side bolt snapped off. Not snapped off, stripped, the head stripped off. That was the E12 socket, round of the head. It wasn't because it was on there crooked, it was because it was so damn tight. Even with a 3-foot breaker bar, I turned it out a little bit and just rounded the head off. Those E-series bolts are pretty soft. That's what the deal is. Okay, so that was stripped off. I think last time I talked to you guys, I bought some extractors. That wouldn't grab it. The head was too soft for the extractor. It just kept slipping. It would grab it, not tight enough to take it out. I think when I ended the last video, we're going to buy some Sawzall blades. We had 9-inch heavy metal Sawzall blades. Those weren't long enough. You could buy 18-inch, but only in wood or plastic cutting blades. That's not going to cut a bolt in half. We went ahead and purchased some Bosch heavy metal 12-inch blades, as long as you could buy those in. And it was about a 1/2 inch too short. We had to reach up from the bottom and do that. So anyway, we got into the Sawzall blade customization business here. And, you know, we selling these, description down below, for like 10 grand, full custom. One off means junk usually. We took a 9-inch blade. I didn't want to run 2 12-inch blades, and one of the new 12-inch blades, and very carefully I drilled 2 holes through both of them and then ran bolts through them. I really didn't think it would work, but it did. That ended up with about a 19 or 20-inch blade. That, my friends, got it cut off. We had a little bit of a gap between the bell housing and the engine. Stuck the blade up in there, cut the bolt in half. The transmission's loose. Transmission still won't come out. And the transmission won't come out because it's hung on the starter. The starter on these has a little peg. The peg is steel. The transmission housing is aluminum. And it loves to seize in that housing and make it where you can't get it out. We're real accustomed to that. That's pretty common. I figured that was probably going to be the case. Gave her a shot without pulling the intake manifold off. Now it's stuck. The transmission is loose, but it's moving with the starter. We could probably fight it and get them to separate. What we're not going to be able to do is get the bolt started back in the starter because the peg's going to be lined up. So at that point in time, oh yeah, here's the bolt too. We had it cut in half. I tried to cut it with a short blade down the middle. That's all I could reach, but it wasn't doing us no good. So this car ran a little bit rough, not bad. Had a little misfire to it. Pretty common on M52TU or M54. As clean as it was, you'd think somebody would have done the CCV and all that stuff, but as you can see by the amount of oil in the intake manifold, the CCV wasn't working too good. And then after pulling, realizing that this was all busted, and pulling the top equalizer off of it and seeing they're all original hoses, I figured, well, it's not going to hurt anything at this point in time to go and pull the intake manifold off and get all that out of there. Now, I have left the oil dipstick in for right now. It is unbolted, but I left it stuck in there because I don't want the oil I'm gonna try to get the manifold off without taking that out. I don't want the oil from that running all over my cardboard that I'm laying on and getting everything all oily. So see if we get the transmission out, then I'll pull that out, and then before we put it back, and we're going to re-ring it and all the other stuff. We did buy new Guibo bushing for the dry shaft. Somebody replaced the carrier bearing, but not the Guibo bushing. I think I showed you that in the last video. Don't know why you would ever do that, but that's what happened. Got some new exhaust manifold gaskets. The old ones were, let's say, gone. Gone's a nice word for it. Totally gone. And I noticed on this E90 that it has the tiniest bit of exhaust leak too, and after looking up the collector gaskets on it, I don't know, they might be gone too. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Anyway, yeah, I think we're ready to pull the injector reel out. Ready to lift this manifold off of here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we'll be right back. For me, it'll be 15 minutes, 20 minutes. For you, it'll be about 2 seconds. Okay, so we got her all out of here. For some reason, the torque converter stayed in place. To pull all 3 of the bolts out of it and slid it back, but it did not come with the transmission. So we'll get her in there probably this evening or tomorrow. Figure that out. We'll turn that bolt out of the pair of vice grips, hopefully. Here's the old transmission, and it's just cooked. I mean, I don't know. Somebody ran it low or out of fluid and welded the drums together, the clutch packs together, so everything's stuck forward. That's it. Like I said, it's a total pain in the butt. It's not really made to be taken out like this. It's made to take the engine with the transmission and the cradle down and slide it out, but we're not set up for that quite yet, but we're getting close. That's it, guys. That's all for the transmission removal nightmare on the BMW E46. Thanks for watching.